How immediate withdrawal of nature line in our land? This is a pure Yoruba land. Why nature line? Why Aboro power? Ewa komo rowa komo. Àwọn ọjà wa ta ní àná ẹ̀kọ́ kan náà wọ́n láti ọ̀fọ̀ bí àwọn nature line ní discard bàbá wọn. So ìdílé yà fún àṣìbà ìpín Ghana market. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ náà nature line bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà rowa. We don't want nature line in our land.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video we are uncovering a shocking truth about Kwara State that many people have never heard before. A northern elder has come out to reveal something very disturbing. According to him, Muhammadu Buhari never really wanted to join politics on his own. No, he was drafted. He was pushed into politics by powerful northern leaders for one hidden reason: to make sure Yorubas never retook Ilorin from the Fulanis. The elder explained that back in the early days of the Fourth Republic, the OPC was mobilizing heavily, ready to challenge Fulani control in Ilorin. Northern leaders saw this as a direct threat and they quickly made their move. Their solution was simple but shocking: bring Buhari into politics and later into the presidency so he could protect the Fulani structure in Ilorin. And according to this elder, Buhari achieved exactly that. The Fulani dominance in Kwara was preserved and Ilorin remained firmly under their grip. In his words, Kwara is for Fulanis. Now let's come to the reality of today. Kwara State has turned into something even darker. The Fulanis are described as the true masters of the state. They control not just political offices, including the governorship, but also much of the power structure on the ground. Every day, life has become a nightmare in many places. Reports of kidnappings, invasions, and killings are spreading, and it is happening anytime, anywhere. Many Yoruba-dominated communities are now fleeing because of the incessant attacks and killings of indigenous people in the state. Guys, this is not just politics. It is about power, survival, and the future of Kwara State. And the big question now is, if all this was part of a deliberate plan, what does it mean for the people still living there today? I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
We forced Buhari into power because we don't want the OPC to dislodge the Fulani structure in Ilorin. Listen to me. Somebody called Ola came to my comment section and he told me that he don't listen to social media propagandists. I should provide my evidence that Ilorin has been taken over by Fulani people, or Kwara State has been taken over by Fulani people. Now let me show you the proof. Buba Galadima on Arise Television recently, he said that they forced Buhari to come into politics because of Fulani people settling in Kwara State. The OPC in the year 2000, they were on rampage. There was a riot. They want to dislodge the Fulani structure in Ilorin. They want to make sure that they flush out the Fulani people from Ilorin so that they will take over the ancestral home. During that time, Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria. The current president of Nigeria right now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was the governor of Lagos State. When this was happening, they did not say anything. They did not do anything at all. I don't know if you understand. Because of the silence of the Yoruba politicians and leaders, top Fulani and the northern politicians, they had a meeting, about 34 of them. They had a meeting on how to install Buhari. They how to bring Buhari into politics so that they can be able to stop the movement of the OPC. This is how they brought Buhari into action. And somebody asked a question, Dr. Chris, he says, does it mean that Buhari is also a jihadist? I don't know, but you can reply me at the comment section. So when Buba was explaining this, where was the Yoruba people? Are you guys not seeing it? Ola, didn't you see what Buba said? And right now we have Emir of Ilorin. Totally, Ilorin has been engulfed by Fulani, the ancestral home of Yoruba people. I told you in my past video that your ancestors will lay curse on you because you people left the people you'll be fighting for. You were chasing after shadow. There is one sweet Igbo adage that I love so much, and it says, where two people are dragging land, the person with yam will be planting his yam. You people are busy fighting the Igbos, but the Fulani people are busy taking over your land. You cannot do anything. I don't know if you understand. So the proof is that go to any of your browser and type Galadima's statement about Fulani settlement in Ilorin. There you will see every evidence that you are looking for. I don't know if you understand. Please guys, follow this page, subscribe to my video. It's very important. Share this video and drop your comment at the comment section.
Even though we had our own agenda, because in 1999 and 2000, the OPC was on rampage in some parts of the country, especially Southwest, and have inconvenienced a lot of people from this part of the country. And to the extent that they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin with the sole aim of uprooting what they called Fulani structures in Ilorin. And we felt that was too much. And Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Bola Tinubu, then governor of Lagos, was doing nothing. And some of us felt that those group of people were being encouraged by their leaders in position of authority. So how do we stop that? And I called a meeting in Kaduna at Alhaji Bashir Dalhatu's house in a place called Unguan Kaji, directly opposite the house of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. And some of those we invited included Alhaji Wadanas, Professor Yadudu, Bashir Dalhatu himself, Alhaji Yahya Sulehama, and a host of others, about 34 of us. And we sat down to reason. How do we save our people from this OPC menace? So we said, I suggested that we have to, because you remove government through only two ways: the bullet of through the barrel of the gun and through the ballot box. And they said it was impossible to challenge General Obasanjo. That was how Buhari came to our mind. And when he was approached, he had a very unkind words for politicians. But since he didn't say he was not doing, we still pursued him. To cut long story short, we achieved our first purpose of putting a brake to what OPC was doing, because immediately Buhari joined partisan politics, and we had a very big outing in Daura to initiate him into politics. The Obasanjo government became restive and was shaken to its bone marrow, and because those were some of his our thinking. So Obasanjo had to really checkmate the OPC. So for that reason, we have achieved our first purpose of bringing General Buhari into partisan politics. So the remaining now is history. They wanted to dismantle, as what is happening across the country now. They wanted to dismantle his platform of ANPP, APC, ANPP. And we made a counter platform by establishing the Buhari Organization, TBO, which we used as a platform for promoting his political ideals. Suleya Hamma as our leader, and myself as his deputy and the operational head of the Buhari Organization, we agreed that we should not look for political appointment, or we should not look for elective office. Our idea is just to push General Buhari to become president, so that if we become the engine room of his government, we would now influence certain things in the country.
News coming from Kwara South is heartbreaking but also revealing. Villages where Yorubas have lived for centuries are now under siege by suspected Fulani kidnappers. These are not isolated cases. Entire Yoruba-speaking communities are being displaced. Families are running for their lives, and farmlands are abandoned. The people who are supposed to be the proud owners of the land have suddenly become tenants. Kwara State is historically Yoruba land, yet today, their Fulani lords and masters are the ones dictating life and death. The truth is
is bitter. Yorubas are helpless in the face of Fulani terror. They dare not challenge their kingship in Ilorin, the very heart of Kwara State, was taken over long ago by the Fulani. Until today, the Yorubas bow their heads in silence. It is a wound that never healed. But instead of fighting to reclaim dignity, silence and subservience have become their portion. The irony is striking. Fulani tribe raid villages, sack homes, and spread fears. Yet, the so-called giant Yoruba tribe remains mute, almost paralyzed. They are watching their brothers and sisters suffer in Kwara while pretending that nothing is happening. Where are the brave Ronu intellectuals? Where are the social media warriors who shout every day about Lagos politics? Suddenly, they have lost voices. But here is the hypocrisy. When they cannot face their Fulani oppressors, they turn their anger against Ndibo. When villages in Kwara are emptied by Fulani kidnappers, Yoruba elites don't cry out against Fulani dominance. Instead, they will rush to Lagos and begin shouting at Igbos who were born and raised there to go back to the east. Is it the Igbos who conquered Ilorin? Is it the Igbos who are terrorizing Yoruba farmers in Kwara? No. But somehow the Yoruba man finds it easier to attack the Igbo man than to confront the Fulani overlord holding him by the neck. Other Yoruba groups outside Kwara are not even standing in solidarity. They have abandoned their brothers to the hands of terror. Villages are empty, families kidnapped, women widowed, yet silence remains the response. It is as if a spell has been cast, a proud people made spineless, afraid to speak, afraid to resist. This is the hypocrisy the world needs to see. Yorubas may claim to be giants in politics and culture, but when it comes to defending their land from Fulani domination, they shrink into submission. They can mock, insult, and plot against the Igbos in Lagos. But when the Fulani strike on their own ancestral lands, they bow their heads and look away. Honestly, the hypocrisy is thinking. Afanjas are too quick to insult Igbos, but too cowardly to resist Fulanis. The day Yoruba people will decide to stand like men against Fulani domination, that day they will earn respect. Until then, their hatred for Igbos is just a cover for their helplessness and cowardice.
Foreign immediate withdrawal of nature line in our land. This is a pure Yoruba land. Why nature line? Why Aboro power? Ewa komo rowa komo speak like that. Àwọn ọdẹ wa ta nínú ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́lá ni wọ́n láti sọ̀rọ̀ bí àwọn nature line ní biscuit bàbá wọn. So ìdí eléyìí láti wá sí báyìí pé Ghana market ibẹ̀ náà nature line bẹ̀ láǹdẹ̀ òru wà. We don't want nature line in our land. Àtẹ̀fẹ́ kò rọ́mọ ìdẹ́ wa. No peace in our land.
Orúkọ tèmi ní ṣẹ̀sán ìpínlẹ̀ rẹ̀. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn ó ń dùn wá gan. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yà wa táwọn gbowó táwọn gbẹ́ ní ti tọmọlọ tí ara wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí security ló ń pa yìí. Ìjú tó náà ń kojú gbẹ̀ẹ́ ni òwe ló ń pa mọ́yàn. Àtàwọn ọgbà ìbọn lọ́wọ́ wọn ní alẹ́ ìjẹta fún àwọn fẹ́ lọ sáfíìsì ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ pa gbogbo wọn lánàá. Kẹ́lẹ́ mọ̀ pé àwọn tó gbà wọn lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n mọ̀ sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kọ́ba wa bẹ àwọn ìjọba kọ́ba wa lọ́wọ́ sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí.
Àjọ kí lẹ lè sọ pẹ̀lú wọn ní drone kan ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́júmọ́ lọ́jọ́ yẹn pé ó capture kinní kan ní side ìgbà.
Wọ́n ní kọ́pítà kan ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́jú kó dẹ̀ drop àwọn èèyàn. Ní kọ́pítà yẹn ṣiṣẹ́ kó dẹ̀ drop àwọn èèyàn. Pé àwọn dẹ̀ fura pé àwọn èèyàn tó drop wọn kó ìbọn lé wọn lọ́wọ́ pé kọ́ lọ́wọ́ attack níjọ́ kejì. Bọ̀ kókó ni pé kí ìjọba kọ́ràn wá lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Torí gbogbo wa ní gbogbo Kwara State kò sẹ́ni tó lè sùn mọ́. Kò sí ẹni tó lè sùn mọ́ tábàbọ̀ kẹ́ ìgbẹ́ni tó máa sùn. A rẹ̀ níyàwó alọ́mọ àní gbogbo ẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń kó lọ. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń kó lọ wọ́n ti ń kó lọ. Kúrò ní Kwara State. Kíjọba ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ibi tí ó wà yẹn kíjọba ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ní gáràjì ní baba ńlá. Wọ́n ní gáràjì ní olùyásọ̀gbó. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀. Gbogbo èèyàn ló mọ̀ pé àmì wọn kọ́ wà ń bẹ̀. Ọlọ́pàá mọ̀ kọ́ wà ń bẹ̀. Kíjọba máa lọ ìkọlọ bọ́ǹbù wọn ń bẹ̀. Ìgbà ní gáràjì wọn.
Àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí àwọn ẹni yìí wọ́n ní ibùba.
Bàbá Ṣàngó nílé wọn. Bọ́lá kí wọn. Ibẹ̀ ni bọ́lá kí wọn. Ọmọ sí Yorùbá kẹ̀kẹ́ ń bẹ̀ mọ́.
Àní báyìí ti ẹ fi di dá ọ̀nà tí
kò sí lílọ bíbọ̀ ọkọ̀.
Kò sí lílọ bíbọ̀ ọkọ̀. Kí wá ní ohun tí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí?
Kálọ̀ pé ó dùn wá dé ọkàn. Torí àwọn èèyàn wa náà ń pa. Àwọn tàjọ́ ń jókòó tàjọ́ ń jẹun.